The luxury suite on the 23rd floor of the Grand Meridian Hotel was silent, except for the soft breathing of the young woman asleep on the king-size bed. She hadn't meant to fall asleep. She just needed a moment to rest her aching feet. Just 60 seconds to close her burning eyes after her double shift. That had been 20 minutes ago. Claire Martinez, 24 years old, housekeeping staff for 3 years, had been working since 5 that morning. Her supervisor had called in sick, leaving Claire to cover both their sections. 18 rooms by herself, each one requiring the hotel's exacting standards. Fresh linens, spotless bathrooms, perfectly aligned pillows, not a speck of dust anywhere. She'd been so tired. The bed in Suite 2347 had looked so inviting with its expensive sheets and soft pillows. She'd sat down for just a moment, still in her pale blue housekeeping uniform, and her exhausted body had simply surrendered to sleep. The sound of a keycard in the lock jolted her awake. Claire's eyes flew open in horror as the door swung wide. A man in an impeccable navy suit walked in, phone to his ear, speaking in clipped, professional tones about market projections and quarterly returns. He stopped mid-sentence when he saw her. Claire scrambled off the bed, mortification flooding her face. "I'm so sorry. I was just finishing the room and I sat down for 1 second. I didn't mean to fall asleep. I'll leave immediately." The man held up one hand, cutting off her panicked explanation. Into his phone, he said, "I'll call you back," and ended the call. He studied Claire with dark, assessing eyes. This was it. She was fired. After 3 years of perfect performance reviews, she'd fallen asleep in a guest's bed and been caught. Claire felt tears of exhaustion and shame burning behind her eyes. "I'm so sorry, sir. This has never happened before. I worked a double shift, and I was just so tired, but that's no excuse. I'll report myself to management immediately." The man's expression was unreadable. He was probably in his early 30s, with dark hair styled perfectly, strong features, and the bearing of someone accustomed to authority. His suit probably cost more than Claire made in 3 months. "How long have you been working today?" he asked, his voice measured. "Since 5 this morning. My supervisor called in sick, so I covered both sections. This is my last room." Claire backed toward the door. "I'll send someone else to finish." Again, "I'm deeply sorry. It's past 8 in the evening. You've been working for 15 hours? "Yes, sir. But that's not your concern. I'll leave you to your room." "Wait." Something in his tone made Claire pause. "What's your name?" "Claire Martinez." "Claire, when was the last time you ate?" The unexpected question threw her. "I had coffee this morning." "But sir, really should go." "Sit down, sir, please. Sit down. You look like you're about to collapse." Claire remained standing, confused and wary. This wasn't how getting fired usually went. Although she'd never been fired before, so maybe. He ended the call and looked at Claire, who stood frozen by the door. "I don't understand," she said quietly. "You've been working 15 hours without food. That's inhumane. Sit down, eat something. Then you can finish the room or not. I don't particularly care which. I can't have dinner in your room. I'll be fired." "Who's going to fire you?" "I'm not complaining. In fact, I'm insisting. Consider it a guest request." He loosened his tie and sat in one of the suite's elegant chairs. "I'm Adrian Blackwell, by the way." Claire's eyes widened. She knew that name. Everyone in the hotel knew that name. Adrian Blackwell, founder and CEO of Blackwell Enterprises, one of the hotel's most important long-term guests. He practically lived in this suite when he was in the city. "Mr. Blackwell, I really can't." "You can, and you will. I've been in back-to-back meetings for 12 hours. I'm exhausted, and I'd rather have company for dinner than eat alone. You'd be doing me a favor." It was absurd, completely inappropriate. But Claire's legs were shaking from exhaustion, and the thought of food made her stomach clench with sudden desperate hunger. Against every protocol she'd been trained in, Claire sat down in the chair across from him. They talked while waiting for room service. Adrian asked about her work, her life, her dreams. Claire found herself being unexpectedly honest. She told him about working 2 jobs, about putting herself through community college classes at night, about wanting to become a hotel manager. Someday. Why hotels? Adrian asked. Because I've seen how a good hotel can be someone's safe place. Business travelers away from home, families on vacation, people celebrating or grieving. A hotel can be a refuge if it's done right. I want to create that for people. That's a beautiful way to look at it. Most people just see the service industry as temporary. It's not temporary for me. It's where I want to build my career. I just need to work my way up. When room service arrived, the waiter's eyes widened at seeing Claire sitting there, but one look from Adrian silenced any questions. They ate together, talking about hospitality, leadership, and what made a great hotel experience. Claire found herself relaxing, forgetting the impropriety of the situation. Adrian was easy to talk to, genuinely interested in her perspectives despite the vast difference in their positions. You have good instincts, Adrian said as they finished dessert. The industry needs people who care about service the way you do. Is chronically understaffed. Everyone works too hard for too long with no backup. It leads to exactly what happened today, people getting exhausted, making mistakes, burning out. Better staffing would improve service quality and employee retention. Adrian nodded thoughtfully. That's a management perspective, not just a worker's complaint. You're already thinking like a leader. After dinner, Claire insisted on finishing the room properly despite Adrian's protests. He watched her work with practiced efficiency, turning the suite into the pristine sanctuary guests expected. Thank you for dinner, Claire said as she prepared to leave with her cleaning cart. And for not reporting me. I promise it won't happen again. Claire, wait. I have a proposition for you. She turned, wary. Sir, I own this hotel. Not just stay here, I own it. Through one of my holding companies. The general manager reports to me. He pulled out a business card. I'm looking for someone to join our management training program. 6 months of rotational training through every department, then placement in an assistant manager role. It's paid, includes benefits, and leads to a management position. I think you'd be perfect for it. Claire stared at the card in shock. I don't understand. You just met me. I fell asleep in your bed. You fell asleep after working 15 hours. Because you were covering for someone else. You didn't complain, didn't cut corners, and you finished every room to standard despite being exhausted. That's dedication. And in the hour we've talked, you've shown more insight into hospitality management than most MBA graduates I've interviewed. Mr. Blackwell, I appreciate this, but I can't accept charity. It's not charity. It's recognition of potential. I didn't build my company by overlooking talented people just because I met them unconventionally. He smiled slightly. Although, I admit, this is the first time I've recruited someone I found sleeping in my bed. Despite herself, Claire laughed. This is insane. Probably. But think about it. Call the number on the card if you're interested. The program starts next month. Claire took the card with shaking hands. Thank you. I don't know what to say. Say you'll consider it. That's enough. Claire did consider it. After a sleepless night weighing the opportunity against her disbelief, she called the number. 3 weeks later, she started the management training program. She worked harder than she'd ever worked, learning every aspect of hotel operations from someone who understood them firsthand. 5 years after falling asleep in Suite 2347, Claire managed the Grand Meridian itself, the hotel where her journey had started. She and Adrian had become close friends, then something more, building a relationship on mutual respect and shared passion for hospitality done right. On her first day as GM, Adrian met her in the lobby. Remember when I found you asleep in my... The staff retention is highest in the industry, guest satisfaction scores are exceptional, and revenue is up 30%. I just did what I said I'd do that night. Created a refuge. A place where everyone, guests and staff, feels valued. Adrian took her hand. You know what I valued most that night? Your honesty, your dedication, the way you cared about doing things right even when you were exhausted. I valued that you saw past the mistake to the person, that you took a chance on someone you had every reason to dismiss. The girl who fell asleep had woken up to an opportunity that changed her life. But more than that, she'd found someone who valued her for exactly who she was: hardworking, honest, and committed to making the world a little better, one hotel room at a time.